Alright, so I'm always being asked on Instagram to share more of my own training, and I kind of feel it's a little bit redundant on that platform because I don't really get the time to walk you through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. It's really just a list of exercises on a screen that doesn't really have any cohesion put together when you're just saying, I do this, and I do that, and I do this, and I do that. There's a lot more to this than just sets and reps, so I thought today I'd walk you through my entire back and bicep workout. It's one that gets requested quite a lot. I didn't really feel like training legs today, nursing a little bit of a lower back issue, so there may be some modifications made. And the other thing here is everybody's always telling me with my content, you work out in a really cool gym, so here at Prime Strength, which is great. I have the access to a lot of the Prime machines where I can change up resistance profiles on the machine, but a lot of people don't have access to that. So I'm actually gonna make a couple of modifications to the program today to be able to do this workout as if I was just in a normal commercial gym. The first movement today is going to be a chest supported row. So normally I'd actually kick off today with a bent over barbell row, but as I said before, nursing a little something in my lower back, too much sitting the last couple of days on Zoom meetings. So going straight in with chest supported dumbbell row for the upper back. I'm gonna do 4 sets, 7 to 9 reps. I'm gonna probably nut out 2 warm-up sets and then get into the working. Chest supported row variation, trying to hit more of my upper back, so my upper trap, my rhomboids, my rear delts. Got the bench set to about 45 degrees and I'm flaring the elbow out about 60 degrees from my torso. This is going to allow me to really focus on retracting my scaps at the top of the movement, and it's going to come as close to mirroring what I would normally be doing with the barbell row as possible. The main benefit of the chest support here is I have a little bit more stability, so I can kind of focus a little bit more on what my back's actually doing rather than having to focus on stabilizing myself and holding myself in this hinged position here. I don't really put too much emphasis on doing too many warm-up sets, depending on the movement, but back when I first started training, it was always like, I'm gonna do 4 or 5 warm-up sets, really gotta make sure that I'm primed and ready to go, but all you're doing there is just exhausting yourself before you get to working sets. So today, 2 warm-up sets, then straight into first working set, aiming for the higher end of the rep range there, so 9 reps. That leaves me a little bit in the tank for if I'd like to go a little bit heavier and shoot more towards the lower end, towards that 7 rep range. This leaves me a little bit more in the tank because I do have 4 sets to get through. I don't want to be gassed after set 1. So 2 sets to 9 reps, 30 kilo dumbbells, 2 sets with 32.5 kilo dumbbells for 8 and 7, which I'll take this week. Second movement, moving on to the Prime pull down. I know I said I was going to do more kind of commercial gym equipment, but I can't get past this pull down. I absolutely love it. You can change the resistance profile, so make it harder where I want to make it harder. Today I'm going to be pausing at the bottom, so I'm actually going to make it a little bit tougher in that squeeze position. And the other thing I like about these handles is that I can maneuver them how I like to be able to get my grip wherever I want it. So I'm going to be doing a predominantly pronated grip. Again, more upper back work, but I find when I use a straight bar, if I'm fully pronated like this, it really kind of bums my shoulders out and I don't like the feeling of it. So instead with these handles, I can work at more of a 45-degree angle and still get roughly the same arm path, which just suits me a little bit better. Sets and rep scheme here, exact same as it was on the chest supported rows. 4 working sets, 7 to 9 reps. So just got 9 reps there, so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna leave the weight the same for the second set. And I'm gonna see if I get 9 reps again. If I get 9 reps again, then I'll increase the weight. If I get 8, I'll stay the same, and I'll try and get 8 again. See where we go from there. A couple of things with this movement specifically. When I pull down, I'm almost thinking of pulling the handle apart like this. So I'm not just pulling straight down, keeping my elbows really tight to me. I'm pulling down and out. Again, really focusing on that retraction at the bottom. I'm not trying to lock my shoulders down and pull. I'm letting everything move as one. And then the second thing is you may notice I'm maintaining a slight lean back as I do the reps. And that's just the way that this kind of machine curves and moves. I want to actually move with the machine rather than try to move against it. Third back movement of the day, we're doing a single arm seated row. We're nailing in on the lats here. Now it's going to be a little bit different to what some of you may have done. If your normal single arm seated row, get set up like this, square onto the machine, and just pull straight in like that, neutral grip, elbow tied to the torso. Nothing wrong with that at all. Gonna really do a good job training the lat in that mid to shorten range here. And what we're actually gonna do is I'm gonna turn my body a little bit side on to the machine, pull back across my torso like this. That's gonna allow me to train the lengthen range for the lat a little bit more, because what the lat does is it lengthens as the arm comes across the torso like this around the rib cage. So I'm gonna basically put my opposite foot on the corresponding foot plate here. I'm gonna make sure that my shoulders and my hips actually stay level. And I'm just gonna reach across my body. I'm still gonna go neutral grip. I'm still gonna stay quite tight to my torso. It's just gonna be that instead of pulling like this, I'll be pulling more across like that. The thing else I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure that I pause in that lengthen range to really make the most of that range. So you'll notice I'm not just kind of bouncing out of the bottom of each of the reps. 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps here. Got 10 on the first set, so we increase just like on the other exercises. The final back exercise for the day, getting a bit of up back traps, rear delts involved just with this reverse cable fly. Obviously, you can use a machine, you can use dumbbells, as long as you're mimicking that motion. I just don't really like dumbbells. The machine's in use at the moment, and I really do like this exercise on the cables. You can go a little bit more 45 degree from the torso if you want a little bit more rear delt, but for me, I'm just gonna be coming out pretty much mimicking what I would do on the machine, because that's what's in my program. All right, so 4 exercises for back. Just to recap real quick, just for a dumbbell row, wider grip pull down, then went into that seated row, the arm across the body, and then a reverse fly. Now we've got 2 exercises for biceps. So we're gonna be starting off with an incline dumbbell spider curl. So we're gonna have the elbows in front of the body. Now, I don't think for a lot of people, if all you're trying to do is grow your biceps, it really matters too much in terms of doing lots of stuff with the elbow in front, elbow behind. Realistically, just doing dumbbell curls, barbell curls, probably gonna be enough if you actually progress them and push them hard. However, for all-round joint health, shoulder health, elbow health, and if you do enjoy a little bit more nuance with your training, doing movements with the elbow in front, a bit more short head, elbow behind, a bit more shoulder extension for the long head, going to be a really good option. But as I said, don't need to be doing it, but that's what I'm gonna be doing today. The big thing with the spider curl here is making sure that I don't end up in full elbow extension at the bottom like this. I wanna be curling up to the top and then leaving a little bit of give in my elbow as I come to the bottom of that eccentric. So this is gonna be hardest up here. Don't need to allow myself to fully lengthen the elbow around to the bottom. I'm shooting for 12 reps here. All right, so second bicep movement and final movement for the workout. I'm gonna be doing some seated zotman curls. Now, this is mostly just to be able to give the forearms some eccentric loading. So I'm gonna be able to train my biceps with the supine grip on the way up. Then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna rotate the palms away and lower down nice and slowly, okay? So something that gives out a lot for people with back training is a lot their grip. You would have noticed me using straps on the pull downs because my grip was giving out before my back did. So this is a good way to be able to bring up your grip strength, train your forearms a little bit. My forearms have always kind of been lacking a little bit. So it's just something that me and my coach Mark are kind of focusing on for the next couple of weeks. Should also transfer over to my pull-up strength as well when we bring those back into the training too. So I'm gonna be going 3 sets, 6 to 8 reps, 5 seconds on the way down. I'll show you what that looks like. So a couple of tips with this one. Number 1, as you lie back, don't let your shoulders come forward as you curl up. You want to keep your arm basically straight down towards the ground so that when you come to the top, you're essentially parallel with the floor as you get to the top of that curl. The second thing here is related to what's called your carry angle, which is how your arms hang out to your sides like this. You want to keep your arms fairly tight towards your body so that as you come up, you're not turning around and curling down like this. This is really gonna put a lot of stress on both your shoulder and your elbow joint. Not gonna be pleasant, so try and make sure that you can stay as straight down as possible. You don't have to be bolted down, dead upright like this, but you wanna be able to keep your shoulders relaxed back, good amount of shoulder extension here, and then up we come, turn, and lower down nice and slowly. Alright, so that was my full back and biceps workout. I'm gonna be doing this for the next 4 weeks, repeating another 6 times over that 4 weeks. My split currently, pull, push, legs, rest, off. So over a 28-day period, I get 7 rotations, hence why some of my progressions, I wasn't really pushing myself straight to failure. This is only the 2nd rotation out of 7. Got lots of room to improve. If you guys and girls enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. I'm gonna be posting a lot of training breakdowns, both exercises that are gonna help you with your training, possibly some more full workouts, and a little bit of nutrition and lifestyle content too. You can also check the link in bio for my Instagram and my link to do one-to-one coaching with me. I'll see you all next time. Peace.